essential part of every application. Okay, so sometimes you have to store the data in database, and you have to retrieve the data, you have to modify the data. So basically you have to manage the data.
Yes.
Okay, so earlier these are called DBMS, database management systems. So earlier to this database management system, we used to store data in a different formats. Okay. So I will give one sample. You just tell me what kind of data it is. By seeing this, what you're understanding? What is this GH? What is this 87? Is 87 is the age or number of door number?
Yes.
So we used to store data in this format. So the problem here is we don't have the classification of data. The person who is writing the data, they will understand the data.
Yes.
And the person who is reading the data, they should know the structure of this data.
Yes.
Otherwise, you cannot read the data. And also here, what is this comma? Is it a delimiter? Yes, it's a delimiter which is separating one data item to the another data item. Okay.
Yes.
But in few names for in England and in especially in England, few names will contain special characters like commas and full stops.
Yes.
So even delimiter is one of the major problem. And see here we have 3 records. If we have 1000 records, then reading the data is tedious task. You have to read through from the beginning to the end, even though if you want a single item.
Yes.
Okay. So in order to avoid all these things, we have a concept of database. Okay. So in databases, what will happen? Data will be stored in a structured manner.
Yes.
So how structured your database you will define, that much useful and that much effectiveness you will have. While storing the data, if you define your structure perfectly, then the retrieval will be very fast.
Yes.
Okay. So you'll see this is database. This is database. SQL Server will call the version of the SQL Server I have is 2012. Okay. You can connect to database like this. So this will have the server name. Okay.
Can I just download it from?
Yeah, this one I downloaded it. This one I downloaded it from internet only.
Okay.
Okay. So you can download and you can install it. Otherwise, Chaitanya may help you on that. Just shoot a mail to him. Okay. So here you have to give the server name and you have to click on connect. So then you will connect to a server. So in one server you can store, you can create or you can manage a number of databases. How to create a new database? Click on new database. Okay. Just click on new database. Under databases, click on new database and it will create a new database.
What time did we access it and what changes we made, right?
Sorry?
The log file?
Sorry, I didn't get you.
The log file that is created with the file that we created, it stores when we accessed and what modifications we
This
made,
one
right?
more.
No. Just now while creating, underneath it there was a log file, right? I mean,
Okay.
just,
While creating the database. Okay. Yeah, this one. Yeah, automatically. Yeah.
log file.
Yes. Automatically it will be created. Okay.
Yes.
So in database, you can have different like items. Tables is one part where you will create your tables. Okay, and when you are creating table, um, you can have referential integrity relationship between your tables. Okay, so here in the programmability you will have the stored procedures functions, database functions. Okay, here views you will have. Okay, so now we'll see how to create a table. Right click on tables, click on new. So here you have to give column names. First one is a column name, ID. Okay, and what is the data type for that ID? Tiny int. See, when you're creating, so when you're filling any form, okay, in place of age, will you write some text? No,
No.
because that age will take integers.
No, never. Okay.
Yeah. So these are the columns. Okay, name,
Yes.
varchar 50. See, this third column will define whether it is a null value or not. While creating the record, if you don't provide the value, if you check this one, while creating the record, if you don't provide any value for this column, it's fine. It will take null value. Otherwise, if you remove this
You have to
checkbox,
provide
you have to
value.
provide the value. So for description, I will have the null column.
Okay.
Okay. So I want to make this ID as a primary key.
Okay.
Primary key is nothing but it is the unique key, and which will have, see, in your class, in BTech or in degree, you will have the rule number, right? Rule number will be
Yes.
unique, and it will be in positive manner, like it will be in,
Yes.
it will start from 1 and it will be increased. Okay,
Yes.
so this ID will be, rule number will be used to identify a particular student in the
Yes.
class. So this
They
ID will
cannot be a
yeah,
value.
yeah, ID will be used to identify your record. So we'll call it as a primary key, and this for primary key I want to make it as a auto generated column. So each identity specification you have to make it true, and this seed will be 1 and increment will be 1. That means you no need to provide the value for this ID, it will be auto incremented, and the seed will start from 1 and it will be incremented by 1. So it will be started from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. Okay, so finally save the record.
Okay.
Name the table name, table, country,
Yes.
TBL country.
Okay.
Just click on OK. So it will create a table here.
Yes.
Okay. How to insert the columns will be 3. ID, primary key, int, not null. Okay, name, varchar not null. Description, varchar it's null. So how to write insert values here? Click on edit rows. If you enter something here, it will give error. You cannot enter. I'm trying to enter here. Okay, it's not allowing me. Okay. India, India. I will not provide any value in name. Okay, and I will provide some value here. Just see, it will give a, because this name should be not null. US. See, I'm not providing any value to this ID. So one record has been inserted and it got deleted. That's why it is starting from 3. I didn't provide the value for name, right? So it inserted one record and it deleted.
Okay. Okay. So, okay. So we don't have to provide the value of ID. It
Yeah,
automatically
yes,
writes the serial
it
number.
will be implemented. I'll create one more table, then you will get more clarity. So I'm creating one more table. So ID, okay, tiny int,
Don't allow us.
name,
Varchar, don't allow you.
Description.
Varchar, allow nulls.
Okay. Then CID. I'm trying to create a table for states.
Oh,
Okay. So this table contains uh, states. So for each and every state, there should be one parent country, right? So this
yes.
CID, this CID will be the parent reference. Okay.
Yes.
First, I will make it as a primary key ID. Okay, I will
Yes.
make it auto-generated. Then it is specification. And now I will, this CID will be related with the country table. Right click on your table, relationships, click on add, tables and column specification, click on this button. So select the table, this will be the parent table, okay, and the column will be ID, okay, this will be the child table, I didn't name it, okay, and the column would be CID. So now what you are doing, uh,
So basically, CID is a secondary key for this table, but
primary, it's a primary.
it's a primary. Oh, okay, okay. CID is a primary. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are defining a relation between two primary keys.
Country
Okay.
will be the parent and state will be the child. Okay,
Yes.
CID will be the foreign key for country. Okay.
Country.
So now how to insert values into this one. Okay.
Is it both foreign and primary key?
This one, which one? CID. No,
Yes.
ID is the
Foreign.
primary key and
ID
CID
is
would be the
primary key.
foreign key.
Foreign.
So here AP CID will be 1, right?
Yes.
India. Okay. Yes. I will insert 2 because 2 was not there in the parent table. So this CID will take only the values which are there in the parent table.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So you cannot give the value which is not there in the parent. Okay. So US1,
52.
US2, 3, UK1, 4, UK2, 4.
Yes.
Okay, now I will go to the parent table and I will try to delete the record 3. Okay, I will delete this record. See what it is telling? Because this 4 has a child record in the child table. So until and unless you delete all the records in the child with the CID 4, you cannot delete this 4. Because what will happen if you can able to delete this, these records will become orphan.
Yes.
So that's why this is called referential integrity. This is called differential integrity. You will create the tables in this way and you will have the referential integrity. So already we have a database. I will show the database which I created it for. Learn is the database. Okay. We have the country table. Okay. So these are the India, US, UK are the values in the country table, and the state table. APTS, Miami, Alaska, Britain, SCAT, these are the states, and we have a city table. So Vizag, Vijayawada, Hyderabad, Secunderabad, New York, New Jersey, Boston. So these are all the cities. Now earlier we used to get the data. We created country drop down list and state and city, and we added values in the code, right? Do you remember?
Yes.
So now instead of hard coding those values, we will try to get data from this database and we'll bind it to our drop down list or whatever controls we have.
Okay.
Okay, why? What is the advantage of using this database? So in case
You have to create a new table when the details that you already want are already existing in this table.
No, actually I will show the code. I will show the previous code. I'll show the previous code. Okay. So here registration page we have. So in the registration page, yeah. So we added items like this, right? Not this one. Have a registration. Okay. In case if we add items like this, here 18, 19, 20, 21, we added like this set. Okay. So if I want to, so instead of 18, 19, assume that we are adding items India, US, UK.
Okay.
Okay. Suppose if you want to add one more item, you have to change this code. Okay.
Yes.
Whenever you are changing the code, you have to redeploy the code. But in case of database, we no need to redeploy. So if you just insert the data here, next time when you are accessing the page, that will be the data will be retrieved from database and it will be displayed. Okay. So we have a DB registration page. We will see that. DB registration page. So before that, I want to share. So connecting to database is nothing but your application, your .NET application will be communicated to your database, right? Agree?
Yes.
It will ask for the data, or it will save the data, or it will update the data. Basically, your application will talk to your database. Your application will request some data, and your database will reply with the response. If it asks, please give me the student names, then database will give all the student names. Okay.
Yes.
Basically, your application will communicate it to your friend, your database. So the same I took as a case study, and your application will be replaced with you, and your friend will be replaced with your basically your application will be replaced with you, and database will be replaced with your friend. Assume you and your friend want to communicate. You want to communicate with your friend. Okay. So you want to communicate with your friend. In that case, what all the steps you will follow? Can you tell me?
Hello.
Hello?
Yes, I can.
So when you want to communicate with your friend, what are all the steps you will do? You want to communicate with your friend.
Yes.
What you will do?
Say hi, talk about the things that I want to talk.
Yes.
First establish a connection, then talk about the things I want to talk.
First, yeah. See, first you will choose the communication mode.
Yes.
You can write a letter, okay? You can send SMS, you can send email, okay? So here in the first step I am choosing writing a letter.
Okay.
So when you say writing a letter, you will get the white paper,
Pen or pen.
white paper, post cover, white
White
paper,
pen, stamps.
etc. etc.
Yeah.
Okay. So then in second step what you will do?
Email.
On
Computer
post
internet.
cover you will write the true address.
Yes.
This true address will have a defined format. Defined format like name, door number, son of, etc. etc. If you miss a single piece in it, and your true address will be invalid.
Okay.
Okay. And the third step, you will write the content.
Yes.
Content or message
Yes.
in a
Clear.
understandable format by your friend.
Yes.
See, you're writing something in Chinese, okay,
Yeah.
and your friend
Original
doesn't
Chinese.
understand,
Smart.
he or she
Yes.
doesn't know Chinese, then your communication will be failed, called as a
Yes.
failure communication. Okay.
Yes.
Then what you will do? You will
It's, post the letter.
integrate address and content.
Okay.
You will put that white paper, you are writing message on white paper and you have a cover with two address. Now this paper you will put it in the post cover and you will seal it. That means you
Yes.
are integrating second and third step. Okay. Finally you will post the cover.
Yes.
So here also you will have too many options like speed post, normal post,
Yes. Private issue. FedEx.
courier, etc. etc. When you will
Integrating address and content is nothing but verifying whether the steps 2 and 3 are right?
no, you are attaching 2 and 3.
Okay,
You have a
okay.
post cover,
Yes,
has
yes,
two
yes,
address.
yes. Oh,
You have a white
got it.
paper which have message. Until and
Yes,
unless you combine both,
yes,
if you
yes,
send
got it.
cover only, that address will be there. Okay.
Yes.
So you will choose either speed post, normal post, courier, etc., etc., and based on your intensity of the message and based on your other like priorities. If you
Yes.
feel this message should be sent in quick time, you will go for speed post.
Yes.
Okay, if you feel you have some sensitive data, you'll go for courier. If you feel
Yes.
there is no need for any, it's a normal,
Yes.
then you can go for normal post. And you can
Yes.
ask me, if it is a normal, can't I do the speed post? Yes, you can do the speed post, but you're
That depends on
you're
economic.
unnecessarily wasting some amount. Okay, which can be done in a
Yes.
normal post. You are spending some amount on the speed post.
Yes.
Okay, so now these things I will I will correlate with application and .NET application and database.
Yes.
.NET application can be talk to many databases.
Yes.
It can talk to SQL Server database, it can talk to MS Access database, okay, it can talk to not many databases. So first you have to decide your application will be .NET and you have to decide which database you are using. So why we have to decide? Because based on your decision, based on the database you are using, you have to change the, you have to use the namespaces.
Okay.
You have to use the namespaces. So here I am using SQL Server. So I have to use two namespaces. System.data. You know what is namespace? Predefined classes.
Yes.
System.data.SQL client. This is the first step. Okay. So then now you have the
System.
okay. So now you have to your application should know the address of your database.
Yes.
In order to communicate, it should know the address. So address. So for that you will use SQL connection class. You will use the SQL connection class. You create object of the SQL connection, and it has a property called connection string. So you have to give the connection string. Connection string has a defined format. I will let you know how to get that connection string, because if you miss a single piece as your to address, it will be the invalid.
Yes.
Okay? Then you have to write the like query. SQL Server will understand only query. It's a query based language.
Yes.
Okay, your SQL Server will not understand C sharp, will not understand ASP.NET.
Yes.
So it will understand only queries. Select star from employee, insert into employee, delete from employee, like that. Okay, so to give the SQL command, you will use SQL command object.
Okay.
So now we have to integrate both the command and address, because your SQL connection will hold the address, and your SQL command will hold the command. Now you have to integrate both the command and address. Then you have to post the query. So here we have two approaches. One is connection oriented, and second one is connection less. So what is connection oriented and what is connectionless means? Connection oriented will open the connection, and the connection will be open until you complete the complete transaction. Suppose if you are reading 100 records, okay, your select statement giving 100 records. So in connection oriented, what will happen? It will open the connection until and unless you read all the 100 records, the connection will be opened, and once you complete your reading of all the 100 records, then you have to close the connection. In connectionless, what will happen? Connection will automatically opened. You get all the data in one single shot, and it will close the connection automatically.
Okay.
So then you can ask me in which scenario you will use which one. Again, it will be depending on your requirements. Okay.
Yes.
So yeah. So now we will see all these 4 or 5 steps in the application. Okay. So first, I want you to understand how to get the connection string here. Okay. Add a new item. I'm adding one web form. So drag and drop one toolbox, drag and drop one data. Under data we have SQL data source. Okay, just drag and drop. Click on configure data source. Click on new connection. You are using SQL Server, right? Microsoft SQL Server. Click on continue.
Yes.
Just click on this servers. It will give all the servers in your current system. Or else you can give the specified
I
server.
have to install them separately, or do you get them with a SQL Server? You have to install them separately.
Yeah, you have to install.
Yes.
So this is my server. Okay, so in this server I have learn database. Okay, just click on test connection. Connection was succeed. Click on OK. Open this connection string. This will be your connection string. Copy this. Copy this.
Yes.
Close it.
And open it in a new tab. Yes.
So in this way you have to get the connection. Okay. Now this is my registration, DB registration. Okay. I have a country table, country drop down list. So where I have to add the items to my country drop down list? On the page load. Right. I created one method. Go to that method. Okay. So this is the data source. Whatever I copied, and this one is same. See, first I am using, this is the first step. This is SQL Server database, right? So these two namespaces I have to include using system.data and using system.data.SQL client. So if you include these two namespaces, then you can able to use the classes in those namespaces.
Okay.
Okay, this is the first step. And here the second step would be populate country. So here the second step would be, okay, here see second step, connection string. I am creating object of my connection string.
Yes.
SQL connection con equal to new SQL connection, and that connection has a property called connection string. So con is an object of SQL connection. Okay, con connection string equal to I am giving the address of my database.
Yes.
This address has a valid format. Data source, data space source. If you remove this space or if you remove this case, if you change this case, it will not work. Okay, this is the server name you are using. Okay, and then initial catalog, nothing but your database name.
Yes.
Then integrated security, you have to give like this. So this is the second step, like you are writing address on the post cover. And third step, creating object of SQL command.
Yes.
And it has property called command text, where I provided select ID comma name from TBL country. I have a table called TBL country and I am retrieving ID comma name. Instead you can write star. Star means it will retrieve all the three columns. And cmd command type dot equal to command type dot text. This is a SQL query. So that's why I am giving text. If I use stored procedure here, I have to use command type dot stored procedure. Okay, this is third step, writing hi hello on the white paper. Now I should integrate this cover second step and this white paper. So that I am doing it in the fourth step. cmd dot connection equal to con. cmd is a command object for that connection. That means now my command has a query, what query to execute and on which database I have to execute this query. Both the informations I have.
Yes.
Now I am going for the disconnected architecture. Okay, nowhere I am opening the connection. Okay, so this SQL data adapter will do that thing. So it's a kind of courier.
Okay.
Okay, when you like seal your cover, which contains two orders, and also it contains the message. When you give it to the courier, what they will do, the courier boy, they will add one more wrapper where they will write their information, right? So this SQL
Yes.
data adapter is similarly like that. So here I am creating object of SQL data adapter. While creating object, I am passing the command. So this command will have a query information and also this connection information also. Now what it will do, this query, this SQL data adapter, it will execute this query on the specified database.
Okay.
Okay. So finally what it will do, this data table will be used to store the data temporarily in the application.
Okay.
So da.fill dt. Now in your data table you will have the data.
Yes.
Okay. If dt.rows.count greater than 0, then what I am doing, ddl country is the ID of my drop down list. Okay. Data source equal to dt. Okay. ddl country dot text, data text field equal to name and data value field equal to ID. Finally, I am binding this ddl country. So when you added items to your drop down list, what you have done, for each and every item you added two things. One is value and one is text, right?
Yes.
Do you remember it?
Yes.
Okay. So this data table will contain name and ID, right? Here.
Yes.
Okay. So this ID field, so if this data table contains three rows, okay. So for each and every this data bind, what it will do, it will retrieve the ID and the name for each and every row, and it will add an item for the drop down list. That's what it will do. Finally, your data will be bounded to your country drop down list.
Yes.
Are you clear?
Yes.
We'll go through this code and then you will understand it.
Okay.
It is important. Please practice it and do let me know if you face any, if you have any
Oh,
whether it is a small question or any kind of question, don't hesitate.
okay.
Play through the video, okay, write down the points
Yes.
and write down the questions and do let me know.
Okay.
In order to get the job or in order to like develop an application in .NET, okay, just follow my classes, that's enough.
Okay.
Follow my like classes or sessions, putting 100% efforts.
Okay.
At least you will get 50% of the knowledge. Then
Okay.
other 25% you can get it from R&D. Okay.
Do you think if I like follow your classes perfectly and like learn complete C#, do you think I can be able to clear a job without having the need of the proxy?
Yeah. But you have to complete all the sessions practically.
Okay.
So if I demonstrate one sample, try to implement 10 different samples or at least 2 to 3 different samples and
Okay.
ask me questions. I will not
Okay.
hesitate to answer. I will always happy to answer your questions. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
And if you have any questions or if you have any new thing to share, you use the forum, Facebook forum.
Okay.
Okay. So this data
Yes.
table is null now. Okay.
Okay.
We don't have any values because I didn't execute this line. So
Yes.
once I execute this, okay, now this GT will have the values. Okay.
This is all written in C#, right?
Sorry.
This is all SQL code, yes.
This is C# code only, but we are
Yes.
writing the SQL query. Code query will be SQL.
Yes.
This is C# code only. See, this is the data which I got from database.
Yes.
Okay. So now I am finding the data. Okay. So India, US, UK. So in a similar way, when I select the country value from the drop down list, okay, there is an event. I think you remember all the events, right? So this DDL
Yes.
country selected change is the event which will be executed when I select something in the
Yes.
drop down list. I selected US. Okay. So now it's executing,
Yes.
and the selected value will be 2. US has a value 2.
Okay.
Right? Okay. Now I am calling a populate state method. Okay. Again, second step connection. This is another method.
Okay.
Okay. Again, I have the database address. Okay, and again the query. But here, while writing the query, there I wrote select ID name from TBL country because I need all the countries. But here I need only the states which are which are which I selected the country in the drop down list. Okay,
Okay.
now I selected US. I need to get only the values from the only the states for the US. So that's why select ID name from TBL state where CID equal to ID. Okay. So again I'm integrating connection and this one. Okay, again I'm using the data table. Okay, now I'm binding the data to my DDL state. Okay, in a similar way I have done it for Miami. So if I select Alaska, okay, so again that state selected changed event will be executed. Okay, again populate city method which I am using it to get the data for the city. Okay. So again stable, the query will be different.
Okay.
So are you clear with this?
Yes.
In a similar way, I have TBL PG post graduation, TBL graduation. Okay, so this TBL PG has MCA, MBA, BTech, and MTech. These are the post graduation courses. Okay, this TBL graduation has BCA for MCA we have two BCA, BSCIS. Okay, for MBA, BBA, BA. For MTech, BTech, Polytechnic. For MCOM, BCOM, BSc. Okay, so these I have attached to my checkbox list. Okay,
Okay.
I created a checkbox list. Okay, so so in the I have to define load PGs on the page load itself, right? So here I have a method called populate PG. So where I'm getting values from the PG. Okay, and for checkbox list I am assigning the data and data field value similar. Okay, on the
Yes.
selected index changed I am populating the EBL. Yeah, here
Yes.
so same, there won't be any changes in the steps. Okay, either you by heart it or you try to understand it. Okay,
Yes.
so the steps will be same, only the thing is you have to change the
Remember.
you have to change the
Okay.
query and you have to change the control.
Okay.
Okay. So what you will do, you try to create one database. Okay,
Okay.
so one database you try to create it and one um, try to have some values in it, and try to populate drop down list or checkboxes from the database itself. Definitely you'll face few issues. Okay, so do let me know what kind of issues you are seeing. Try to take the screen prints and try to upload it in the Facebook. I will see the Facebook and I will answer. So not only me, in Facebook the advantage would be, so there are many like students and other consultants will be there. Okay, they can also, did you like this page or
I liked it.
okay, so you are seeing the updates.
Yes, if they are in. Yes, I'll get a notification if they are in. Yes.
Okay, so if not me, the other can answer. Okay, okay, so we'll stop the session here. So can we have the session on same time, or do you prefer in the morning? This is your morning, right?
Actually, if this is what you want, it doesn't matter. I mean, I can. Yeah, I'm free this time, so I can have a class this time at this time too. If you have, if this is more comfortable for you.
Yeah, so we'll have session this time, and if any change is there, we will discuss in
Yeah.
and we can. You don't have any issues, right? If we change the time.
No. No. If there is any, I'll